Welcome into another episode from the Critics Collective. I am the Dad Panther, and I'm here with Maite. How are you doing today?
I'm doing. Wait, I was like, am I muted? Am I not muted? I'm doing. I'm
Sometimes you
doing
are.
good. Most of the time, I am. So I'm like, wait, I'm doing
Okay.
very good.
Yeah, I'm
Excited for this
doing good. All
one.
right. I don't know if that's gonna be the same vibe for the rest of this review. We're gonna be talking about Squid Games, Squid Games, Squid Games, Squid Games. It makes me think of WWE War Games. It's a shameful segue into just a reminder. Check out the link we have for the WWE shop. If you're a fan of wrestling and you're a fan of putting your life on the line, go ahead and check that theme out. It would really support us. Click a link, buy something, or whether you buy something or not. Just don't be like Manny and choose Solo to be the tribal chief. So, with that being said, if you've already subscribed, we're going to talk Squid Games season 3. It just came out on Netflix, and everybody is not talking about it like I feel like they should. So, I'm going to try without spoiling anything to tell you what this season is about. So, basically, I'm going to butcher names and numbers. So, I'm going to try to make it as generic as possible. If you got to season 3, there's some stuff I'm going to spoil. The person that won the first season came back for whatever their reason is, came back, and they were there for the second season. Well, guess what? Here we're on the third season. That person's still here. Plus, there's a person on the inside who looks like they're trying to save some people. They're trying to figure some stuff out. There are some people in there that may be having a baby, and you're watching kind of the triangle there. There's an old lady and a son who doesn't seem to amount for shit. There's a storyline of trying to take over and free everybody, and that's continuing. At the same time, there are crazy kid games that are happening. I feel like the gore was turned up a little bit in this season, and then you're just trying to find out who's going to be the winner. That's the best I have for you for Squid Game season 3 without spoiling things. So with that being said, Maite, what are your highs and lows for Squid Game?
So, I mean, I liked how I know a lot of people did. I'm seeing online that a lot of people did not like how it ended. I like how it ended. I think it was very like full circle. Um, for me, without spoiling anything. So you never know what's gonna happen. But this season, I feel like besides the last game, like I think I wanted a little bit more gore that we got in like season 2. But this one, it was a little bit more dramatic, more with the storyline. I mean, we only got 6 episodes. I wish we would have gotten at least like 8. But then also, like, I mean, 6 episodes was also enough because it's already part of season 2. So it's like just, a continuation. So you have to definitely, if you haven't seen season 2, you have to see season 2. You can't just jump seasons. You know how certain shows you can. This one you can't.
No, you can't. Yeah, I agree.
You have to watch everything. Be up to date. I hated the captain. I'm gonna just say that. Ugh. I know certain numbers. I know like 333 is a baby daddy. I have no words for him. Without spoiling anything, I have no words. 222. Man. Again, I'm not spoiling anything. I mean, what can you do? That's all I'm gonna say. What can you do? But as far as that, those were lows. Like, I mean, I wish they would have had maybe a different way of whatever happened, but it is what it is. But honestly, aside from, I don't really have any lows other than that. Everything else is a high. Storyline, great. The kid games were very, like, they're kid games. Like, how traumatic can they be? Very traumatic. And then I don't know if this is a spoiler, so I'm gonna just end it right here. So because it might be so.
Okay, I thought you were gonna finish with something. Okay, so I guess to go in 222, 222, 007. That's to do with the glasses and the curly hair with the mom, grandma. That's 143. I
Yeah, no.
fuck that guy. I don't. That's just what it is. That's just what the show is. Um. Oh man. Okay. So the lows for me outweigh the good. I think the lows for me was how this was set up. I felt like, if you didn't already know, Netflix has already picked a director. They're going to shoot, I think, this winter, the Squid Games for the US. And no, it's not ran by Mr. Beast. That's something completely different on Amazon Prime. Maybe we'll review it. But they're doing Squid Games in the US. And that is one of the storyline arcs in this season. And what it felt like to me, and when I was watching the second season, I was like, man, I hope this is not what they're doing. It felt like they were setting this up from the jump. They had the first season so successful, didn't think anything of it. It's, you pair that with shows like Mr. Beast, and they say, "Hey, look, we're on to something. Let's set up something that keeps making money." And I feel like that took away from the story. And so because of that, the 6 episodes doesn't feel characteristic to what the first season gave me. It just felt like it should have been really 2 seasons. And I would have been fine with it. I think a lot of people would have been fine with it. Um, I felt like some of the time was showcased on parts in the US to try to let you know that we're going to go into that direction. Um, and I felt like I said it took away from the story, so I was kind of upset by that. The gore, I agree, Mate. I think the gore should have been ramped up. Second season, the one game where you had the rooms and you had to go in, and it's almost like musical chairs. That shit was wild.
It was
They
kind of
were,
like Ring Around the
yes,
Rosie,
they were
but
mowing
then they had to,
motherfuckers.
yeah, that one
They
was
were
crazy.
motherfuckers down. Like, can
Oh,
you imagine
and
playing a game like that
the
in real
rainbow
life at a
one
baby
too.
shower? Oh, the rainbow
Oh,
one, yeah. Can you imagine like, because baby showers, like, shit gets real when you're trying to play like musical chairs. You're trying to win these games for no fucking reason. There's nothing you get other than some barbecue meatballs. But can you imagine, like, you don't sit down and somebody comes up and says, "Pop," and you're like, damn.
I was gonna say sometimes at baby showers they be having like little giveaways for the game, so it ups the ante.
The only
They
thing
do
I
like
ever got was a
cards.
melted Snickers. I don't know you. I gotta go get invited to more fucking baby showers because all I got was maybe some beer in a baby bottle that I had to drink as fast as I could. Some diapers with some melted, like, that's it. It's literally shit. So if y'all out there having baby showers, invite dad. I'll come over there, and I might drop a little gift card. It won't be Toys R Us or Babies R Us because they're closed, but you know what I'm saying. Like, damn. The only other, I mean, if I say good stuff, I did like the cast. I thought the cast was very diverse. I liked 120. I liked her, they,
Depot,
yes, they, her.
they, she,
I don't,
they,
I'm not, listen, when I saw her
they.
second season, I was like, yes, yes, yes,
She goes by
please.
her.
I think,
I
yeah,
think
right. That's
in
why I
the
was saying her. Yeah.
show, yeah.
I thought her character development throughout the 2 seasons, I thought was great. There are character developments that they're really good at that. They'll take these characters and put these in the situation, and you're either going to agree with them or just be like completely just opposite, where you're like, you're not rooting for them at all. They give you these villains, like the guy with the cross with the feel good pills, the up and downers. Most
Thanos.
people, yes, most people looked at him like he's a villain, and there was someone similar like that you saw in the first season. So I did like the fact that you're always going to have that dynamic that's in there, and as much as someone's yelling the truth, literally, it's multiple times in the movie where they're like, "This is the truth. This is what's happening," and someone's like, "No, man, he just wants the money to himself." I'm like, motherfuckers are dying. You have a choice, just like we had a choice to watch that. So that's my highs and lows. With that being said, it's only one thing to do here. We go ahead and rate it. We rate stuff on a 0 to a 5. We're talking Squid Game season 3, or some will say season 2.5. Currently on Netflix, and this is completely rated R. It's only got 6 episodes, and it is not the end of the series. It looks like it's going to continue, and it's going to be at a city near you. Now, with that being said, you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here. So hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and follow for more. We would greatly appreciate that. The road to 1 million continues right now. We should be at 14,000 subscribers. Thank you very much for following the Critics Collective. And Maite, what is your review for Squid Game season 3?
I think I'm gonna give it a 4.
Giving it a 4.
Yeah, I wish they would have just at least kept the same amount of gore, if not more. Not
Mhm,
to rhyme, but
mhm,
well, that's one. And I agree what you said that introducing like the Squid Games US kind of took away a little bit. Some of the VPs too were like American. Um, that kind of took away a little bit from just it being just Korean.
mhm.
So I agree with that. So definitely a 4.
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna give it a 2. And the thing that's unfortunate is I like the first 2 seasons and I like the character development. It just I could see that they're just passing this off for the next thing. And the first season hit so hard because it was different. The US didn't see anything like this. Most of the country didn't see anything like this. Have there been kind of games and stuff similar to this? Yeah, but to do something like this that's borderline from a true story and all this other stuff, it added to the wow factor that this had. And to come back and you have these cool games and these cast members, and then you find out you're really just kind of being hooped on to something else. And we may enjoy the other thing. I'm not knocking that or knocking this project, but just me as someone who's like, my time is valuable. Like we all have, things going on in our life. To sit there and get through 6 episodes and be like, this could have been an email. I felt a little duped. So I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2. So now I would recommend this for someone to watch it. I mean, I'm assuming you would as well with the
I
4
would
or?
recommend it. Even you giving it a 2.
Mhm,
I respect it. But yeah, I would definitely recommend even I mean, at the end of the day, season 3 is like picking up where season 2 left off.
mhm,
So it still had to follow a certain storyline. But even season 2 with it, it's kind of unrealistic that the same winner is going to do it again.
mhm.
But then motives behind that, you kind of see why, you know.
I just to me, I mean, if anyone's curious, like, man, what would have made it, if the if there was a teaser at the end, like the first one had that teaser with the airplane or whatever,
Mhm.
if that what teaser was what they have coming in the future, I'd have been fine
Mhm.
with it because it wasn't going to override the story. But halfway after like episode 3 or 4 of this season, that's when it started seeping in with the new executives and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And I was like, we're doing something else. We're handing the baton off, and I don't want to hand the baton off. I want to finish what we're doing here. So if that wasn't there, and I just got the
But it
story,
wasn't kinda with it for you? It wasn't too I feel
I
like it was
think
okay. It could have been done better, of course, but
it probably could have been done better. There was the times where like they're in the streets and they're playing this game, and you're like, what's happening. It's
alright.
starting.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna pause just in case. It is a
That way for
spoiler. We
editing
might need to edit it
purposes.
out, and we need to edit it out. But and I was telling this to Eddie earlier. The only way I feel like maybe that would redeem it is if in when something happens with the front man and a certain character's daughter in the
Hmm.
end
Yes.
in a different country. Okay.
Uh-huh. I'm right
Um,
there with you.
if that goes into the American season somehow, maybe a
Hmm.
time jump,
Hmm.
and then she's trying to find out what happened to her dad, like trying to find some purpose in that.
Hmm.
I think maybe that might redeem it a little bit. It kind of goes with it still part of the
It
universe.
it could,
Maybe.
but because I guess the fandom that I already was expecting that in this season because again, oh my gosh, I don't want to spoil anything. Look where you started. The If you care to look, the first season and parts of the second season hint at the ending of the third season because the dates that they were like they would send a package to someone, the package would say whatever date. We didn't know it at the time, but people were guessing. The date was the expiration date on someone's life. There's another date in this season. I'm not going to say when it happens, but if you pay attention, there's another date that's mentioned. And that date, people are hinting saying it's going to go with the next Squid Games because the other 2 times they mentioned a date, the date did fall. So I'll give you an example. The date fell the same day the Netflix dropped this season. on somebody. So when people were like, wait, Netflix dropped on this day, wait, this season mentioned this date, they were already hinting that this was going to happen. So because of that, I was already like, all right, maybe that's, just took it away from me. But I was like, damn, internet, damn you showed me too much. Well, speaking of too much, you can never have too much of us. We've got horror, we've got thrills, we've got drama, rom-coms, we got some steamy, smutty stuff that I'm watching. Apparently, I'm the only person watching it. Don't know why I'm the only person watching it, as if nobody else watches stuff like that. But we've got that here. We also have kid movies. I don't know why I would segue from that to kid movies. I can't go back now. It is what it is. But you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here. Until next time, click allow.